as compared to other economies which you mentioned, US and there the private funding
70%,
is
73%.
70% in South Korea. In some countries, it's even more. Minimum is about 60 to 90%. It's in that range. Now, that is what we need to enable. So, that would be called synergy. Government is putting, we enable the R&D ecosystem, and we tell the private industries, people who are in business, that R&D you don't consider as a expenditure. So E should be replaced by investment.
Yeah.
That mindset change will make the difference, and it is happening.
So I'm going to start by diving into one of the first areas, which I think has got a lot of people's interest and attention, and that's something you're pioneering as we speak. So I want to get details of that
Sure.
particular scheme from you,
Yeah.
which is the entire question of human capital and India's talent. I mean, if you India may not have a fair amount of money we have now, may not have as much money as every other country, which is fine, but we certainly have a very large pool of talent.
Absolutely.
But the problem is that all of them go and they do their PhDs abroad and they go to America and they do a PhD. 87% of them will stay on there. Not that many of them are staying here and doing science and doing the research here. So the first question which I think needs to be addressed is, how do we make sure that research and development, people want to do it here, and you are now making efforts to try and persuade them to stay on or to come back?
Yeah. See, this has a whole ecosystem. What we have to see. See, why do people would like to go out abroad? They think they whatever talent they have, they can really put it to they can actualize what their dreams are, which means the facilities are there, freedom to do what they are doing and so on, what they want to do. Now, this was the story earlier. Now actually things are changing in India. Now we have many people who are abroad would like to come back. It's happening now. Why? Because we are creating the environment, may not be at the pace which we would like to do, but that's what our goal is. Make sure that people who really want to contribute have an opportunity. So that is what our goal is, that not only to have people here, but also to retain them. It's not only one, you have to also retain them. And that retention should be by with full enthusiasm, not by just sulking.
Yeah, and not because America's not giving them a visa,
Yeah.
so they have to be stuck out
So
here.
that's
That's
not-
You
that's
have to
not-
make sure that the environment here is as good as it would
Yeah.
be anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, that
which
is
is
our
what China
target.
is trying to do also.
Yes, so that is our target. A lot of schemes have been rolled out, like Anusandhan National Research Foundation, which is another program which was launched by government last year, has enabled many missions, many which we call advanced research grants for the scholars, and also money for initial funding of the faculty who just joined. This is called Prime Minister's Early Career Grant, which means when you join a faculty or a national lab, you need resources. You
Yeah.
just cannot say an empty room. So this scheme has enabled that if your proposal is good, you can get up to almost 60 lakhs for 2 years, which is not a small amount.
As somebody fresh starting off,
Fresh starting.
60 lakhs in international terms would not be that high, or the salary would not be that high, but you have to keep PPP in mind, right? Because you
This
have to
is no
multiply it
salary
by-
component, only the research component, and there is no thing for the PhD students, which is separate.
Okay.
It's only the research grant, unlike in other countries where other expenses are there. Now, it does not mean that you will have only this money. This is a starting one so that you can get started.
And
That's
then
the
other-
idea.
So when I was doing some research for this, I was just asking people what are the crucial questions that prevent people
Yeah.
from staying on here? Why do they want to go? Three things came to mind, and I think you are perhaps trying to look for answers for all three. Hopefully,
Yeah.
number one is their own personal money. They should have
Yeah.
a certain
Yeah.
basic salary and a certain quality of life. So
Yeah.
that is their selfish.
Yeah.
Not selfish. This is their personal.
Personal. Yeah, it's very correct.
Number two, they need funding for science.
Yeah.
And many of them say that, we don't want to be going and doing red tape and asking bureaucracy that I need a new test tube, I need this equipment. I should be guaranteed that if I'm doing 4 years or 5 years of science, it should be funded upfront, no red tape. I can focus on science and not focus on bureaucracy. And number three, there should be an ecosystem of like-minded people whom I can engage with. Would you agree that those are the three
I
things?
cannot agree more. It's absolutely on the dot. For the second part, which you said, ease of doing science, about few months back, we came up with the reforms which will make the procurement hassle free. It will have how you want to hire people. So all those reforms came less than 8 months back, and government is very proactive in accepting whatever is needed to make ease of doing science. So this is an ongoing process, and we are also, as I said, we are also trying to bring the resources. My hope is that with the government funding, can it be a catalyst for other funding to come?
But the ANRF by itself, it's like $6 billion, and the
Yeah.
RDI is a separate thing, which is another
Yes.
$12 billion. So there's a
Yes.
fair amount of money now,
Yeah.
right? Which there is.
Yeah.
And you're saying this is only the government money, private sector can do it.
ANRF, the 6 billion is not entirely government money.
Okay.
It is only 25% is government, 20 to 25. Remaining, they have told us this should attract the other funding. So let me just say in a simple word, ANRF is R&D, which is academia driven. Academia means national labs, anyone, and they will bring industry partners along with it for the remaining funding. On the other hand, RDI fund, which is 1 lakh crore, which is roughly like 12 billion US dollar, is industry centric. So that is meant for deep tech R&D led by industry. But obviously they will bring our R&D players with them, because when they want to do any R&D, they will have to see who are the people. So academic people will again come in. When I say academic, I mean all our academic institutes, national labs, you name it. So these are two complementary programs.